When did you realize your quiet coworker was a total badass? I work in corporate finance, which is about as boring as it sounds. My cubicle was next to a guy named David. For 3 years, David was just there. He was in his late 40s, wore the same grey suit every day, ate a turkey sandwich at his desk for lunch, and never spoke in meetings unless spoken to directly. We all just assumed he was a lifer, a guy counting the days to retirement. He was so quiet we nicknamed him the Ghost. Our company was in the middle of a hostile takeover bid from a ruthless competitor. The mood in the office was grim. Layoffs were coming, and everyone knew it. Our department was tasked with finding any financial discrepancies in the competitors' books, any leverage we could use to fight them off. For weeks, our entire team of high-paid analysts worked around the clock, digging through SEC filings and quarterly reports. We found nothing. The deal was set to go through on Friday. On Thursday afternoon, our boss called an emergency meeting. It was a funeral. He told us the deal was happening, that we should prepare for the worst, and thanked us for our hard work. The room was dead silent. People were already mentally packing their desks. That's when David, the Ghost, cleared his throat. It was so unusual that everyone turned to look at him. "I think I found something," he said softly, sliding a thin folder across the conference table. He hadn't said more than 10 words all week. Our boss opened it, skeptical. Inside were about 20 pages of what looked like gibberish, complex tables, offshore account numbers, and transaction codes. "What is this, David?" the boss asked, annoyed. David took a deep breath. "They've been using a shell corporation in Panama to inflate their international sales figures for the last 7 years, he explained calmly. They route the money through 3 different holding companies before it lands in a subsidiary that they classify as a foreign marketing expense. It's a classic money laundering scheme to hide losses and make their growth look organic. The transactions are coded to look like random asset transfers, but if you cross-reference them with their shipping manifests, you see the pattern." The entire room was stunned into silence. Our boss, a guy with a Harvard MBA, just stared at the papers. How did you find this?" "We had a whole team of forensic accountants look at this." David just shrugged. "The codes they used, it's a variation of a system I saw once when I was on assignment in Eastern Europe. They got sloppy on the 3rd transfer." He then pulled out another sheet of paper, and here are the names of the executives who signed off on those transfers. Before we could ask what he meant by assignment in Eastern Europe, our boss was on the phone with our lawyers. The information David found wasn't just leverage, it was a corporate kill shot. It was illegal, and he had the proof. We didn't just stop the takeover. The SEC launched a massive investigation into the other company. Their CEO and CFO were forced to resign. Their stock plummeted. The next Monday, David was called into the CEO's office. We all thought he was getting a bonus. He walked out an hour later and came straight to my desk. He handed me a business card. It didn't say David, finance analyst. It was from a discreet government agency I'd only ever heard of in movies. "I've been reactivated," he said quietly. "My work here is done. It was nice knowing you, Mark." He packed his one small box of things and walked out. We never saw him